The boat was sinking fast. The only way to stay afloat was to keep bailing out water. One girl suggested throwing everything unnecessary into the sea. Yusra hesitated as she looked at the medals in her hands. These were her past victories, her most treasured achievements, but they were nothing compared to the life in front of her. After a moment of silence, she let go of her medals and watched them sink into the deep. Her cousin held his phone high, desperately searching for a signal. Finally, a weak connection came through. He called the Greek Coast Guard, his voice filled with panic. He explained their dire situation, begging for help, especially for the children on board. But the response was colder than the sea itself. "It's against policy," the officers said, then hung up, leaving them stranded in despair. Then, Yusra's sister stood up. She took a knife and cut the rope. That secured her seat, tying it around herself. Instead, she leapt into the water, sacrificing her place on the boat to lighten the load. Without hesitation, Yusra followed. One by one, everyone who could swim jumped into the sea. Maybe it was their courage, maybe it was fate, but after hours of struggle, the broken engine suddenly sputtered back to life. They pulled the others back on board, but the sisters refused to climb back up. They knew the boat was at its limit. They swam alongside it, pushing forward with every ounce of strength they had left. Just as Yusra's body began to fail, a vision appeared in the water, a path just for her. Memories of training, of her family, her friends, her dreams. They all merged into the fuel that kept her going. She swam, stroke after stroke, until exhaustion overtook her, and she blacked out. A voice called her name, her sister. When Yusra opened her eyes again, the sun was rising, and just ahead was land. With the last of their strength, the sisters dragged the powerless boat toward the shore. At last, they made it, safe, but no one cheered. There was no celebration, only the haunting fear of what they had just survived. Yusra turned and hugged her sister tightly. Then, with fresh determination, she ran back to the raft. Her cousin handed her a knife. Without hesitation, she slashed the boat apart. The others followed, tearing the raft, hurling the engine into the sea. A final act of defiance, of release. As they stepped onto the shore, they saw a beach littered with life jackets, each one a silent witness to the struggles this place had seen too many times before.